Quaddy.
Yeah, they've got the quaddy in studio, the Ryan Papenhuyzen now, as you would always say. Bill, welcome, buddy.
No, thanks for having me, guys. It's good to be back in.
How are you? That's what we want to know. How are you, Pap?
Yeah, I'm going all right. Obviously, I'm 7 months post-op now from the knee, so making progress, but it's probably not as quick as I'd like. But at the same time, it's all going well. Had a nice trip to America to get some things sorted, and back positive, and I know I'll be back sometime this year. It's just a matter of when.
So what happened? Tell the people who might have forgotten.
Yeah.
Someone ran straight over the top of you, didn't they?
Yeah, so someone broke the line and see me as a bit of a speed bump and ran straight at me, which is quite fair enough. We just had a knee-on-knee clash, and mine shattered into 10 pieces, and he played the rest of the game. So, straight to Epworth for emergency surgery, ended up there for 5 or 6 days recovering. So, pretty brutal injury with my first surgery, and did some damage to it.
How do they repair 10 fractures, though? So you got screws and stuff going everywhere? Or?
Yeah, so I think Charlie Curnow did a similar injury, but what they did, right, how they explained it to me is sort of put it together like a puzzle. So a 10-piece puzzle, if you can imagine that.
Hopefully not a bit missing.
There's always one.
They said if it doesn't fit into the puzzle, we'll throw that bit of bone out. But luckily, it all come together. Three screws straight through the middle of it. That's about it. So the bone's fully healed now, which is crazy to think about. It's just about getting muscle back around the leg and making sure I can start running and getting back to that level I was at before.
And you did go to the States, as you said, to see a doctor / went to every sporting event over there while you're there. Smart trip.
Some Chook's blood. Do you have that?
Chook's blood?
Yeah.
Someone mentioned this to me, but I don't know what it's about.
Oh, they did it for hamstrings, I reckon, years ago.
It was calves' blood.
And Chook's blood. For footballers.
And it was Essendon,
did you
and
have
they all
anything?
got banned.
No, it wasn't that.
Okay.
Did you have anything like that?
No Chook's blood. A few Philly cheese steaks, though.
Oh, good. Yes.
They're always nice. Good experience.
And you went over there and you saw Josh Giddey. Did you know him beforehand?
Yeah, I've spoken a couple of times. Met Wazza at the races too. So, he was over there watching the game and sat with him and watched it. And, OKC had a surprise win, which was cool to see. And, he was kind enough to come see us after the game and have a chat. And they were on the road that night. So, it was awesome to see him. And it's good to see Aussies doing well overseas.
Are you a fan of your US sports?
Love my basketball.
Yep.
Love the NBA. NFL I'm a fan, but probably not as much as the basketball. So, to see Josh go well, and I'm just a bit filthy. Didn't get drafted to the Magic because I'm an Orlando fan, and I know they were just the pick before OKC.
What about crypto horses? You a fan of them?
Oh,
Yeah, big on the crypto horses.
Now, what is, for the uninitiated, what the bloody hell is crypto horses?
Yeah, so I had to play around with that during COVID. Obviously, bit of time on the hands, and it's just sort of using cryptocurrency and digital horses, and it's literally all it is. You go in there, you race them, you can breed them, instead of waiting 9 months for the foal to pop out, you wait a day and it's ready to go. So
you can breed them. You can pick the stallion and the
it's a bit like real life. Happens a lot quicker and
what, like Tinder or something?
Virtual Tinder. Yeah, we can go with that.
We'll talk about the real horses very shortly in the All-Star Mile after the break. But also, what is this? Speaking of breeding, you've done a lot of breeding. You're Papenhuyzen now.
Oh, there we go.
Stick insects. What is this crap that Storm sent it through?
This is a stitch up, right? So, sort of. So when I was a kid, Mum and Dad didn't want a dog, or they didn't want pets or anything. So I said, you know what, I'm going to get stick insects. They're about $1.50 from Kellyville Pets back home. And I thought, you know what, I'll grab them. So I got them, put them in their cage, and they started laying eggs one day.
Oh.
And I didn't realise they don't actually need to do the deed to have eggs. They just have them. Anyway, little babies popped out.
Wow.
Told someone at the Storm, and now apparently I breed stick insects. So that's how it come about. But in saying that, I sort of ran with that for a while and bought some eggs off eBay just to see if they go any well down here, but they didn't hatch. So didn't get on with that career.
What do you do with a stick insect? It just sits there. It doesn't do much.
Just sits there. I mean, just go get some eucalyptus leaves and put them in their cage and
watch them eat.
But they're not the most entertaining animals in the world, are they?
What about a couple of your Storm teammates? What's happened to the cheese? He's left you. Are you all doing all right? Because we used to love the cheese for most of his antics.
Yeah, he's up in Sydney now, so he's causing a heap of trouble up there, I'm sure. But we miss him, miss his character around the club, and we're just lucky enough. We've got some kids in here this year that stepped up, and like you sort of have to do. You can't keep everyone for forever, and Cheese decided to move on, and now we just got to move on as a club. But yeah, we miss his character definitely, but now we just need to fill these shoes and get on with the job.
Always fascinated me that the Cheese, every time he spoke, what he was going to come out with.
Oh, yeah, you
and
never
just whether
knew.
or not you, as the media manager at some of the Storm, you're just going, oh, where's this going to go?
It was great for radio because
Brilliant.
honestly, you'd talk about stick insects and things like
What,
that.
sorry, that was a paragraph.
I know. Hey, also, what about some of the young boys that are coming through? Who's going to So we thought maybe the first month you might play, and then I heard that you were talking to Triple M Sydney, and you said it might be 8 weeks. So who will replace you?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a few fullbacks at the club now. I think they've signed a couple more. I think it might be pushed out the back door. But no, we've got a young kid, Sua Fa'alongo. So he's a Victorian kid. Yeah. So it'd be good to see him get a run this year. Nick Meaney's obviously there too. Played fullback last year while I was out. But yeah, there's plenty of young kids coming through the academy, which is good to see. And I think a reflection of any good club's your depth. So it's, competition for spots for sure. But they're probably the two I'd say stand out.
Righto, well, hang around. We got plenty more to chat to you, please, if you will.
From the Melbourne Storm, we're joined by the man that made Mark Geyer say this.
I love rugby league!
Ryan Papenhuyzen.
Right, we're still talking rugby league. How's Jolly Selwood going there? Obviously an AFL great, going across, doing all things leadership.
Yeah, Joel's obviously watched a bit of footy when I moved down here 6 years ago now, and to see him as a player and how he goes about his business. I remember going to the grand final last year, knowing he was probably going to hang him up, and just thought our leadership coach was leaving, and I thought, gee, he'd be probably one of the best people we could get in this role. And fast forward a couple months down the track, and he signed with us as the leadership, mentor. And mate, he's been amazing. He's just his insight to the game and the experiences he had with Geelong. Obviously, he became a captain at a really young age, and he's got thrown in the deep end straight away. So we've seen a lot, but he's been around successful sides. And I think being at the Storm, we've been pretty successful, and we've had the access to Bill, Cam, and Cooper, and just to see different insight to things has been really refreshing as a leadership group. And he's world class.
He is. He's a spotter and good bloke. Just a good bloke to have around your club. There's no doubt about that. Billy Slater still around a bit?
Yeah, Bill's still around. So you got Bill and Joel helping out. Billy Joel.
Billy Joel.
They work well together. Billy invited me out to his farm the other day, and
what for?
Just to do a little bit of work, a bit of a refresher, getting away the club. So got taught a bit of horsemanship as well, which is cool.
Were you pulling weeds?
No, I wasn't pulling weeds like you, Days, but I've heard about that story. Lucky enough, I think the club said to him, not too much hard work, otherwise I won't be sent out there again.
Because you got invited out, but you had to pull
went
weeds.
out. I thought I was going to check out the lovely property he has out there, and 4 hours later, and a pair of new gloves that I got, it was knee deep in mud pulling out weeds. But anyway, the Dolphins, the new side. What can we expect from them this year? What do you expect?
It's a weird one. Obviously, we've got a few senior guys who left to go to the Dolphins this year, and
the Bromwich brothers.
The Bromwich brothers, Felice Kafusi as well.
That's it.
So there's three of our most senior players really went over there, and I think for any team it'd be tough in their first year. But yeah, if you want guys to run your club and be successful, I think you got a pretty good coach there, and 3 senior players that have done their time down here and have done really well. So. I'm not too sure how they'll go, but in saying that, I think they've got a pretty good core at the moment.
Yeah, no doubt about that. They dropped a couple of matches over the weekend, but they'll struggle. No doubt they'll struggle the first season or two. Hey, tell us about the All-Star Mile. It's a $5 million event, this. It's ran over the mile, 1,600 at the Valley, March the 18th. But how does it all work, and why are you involved?
Yeah, so I'm lucky enough to be an ambassador for the All-Star Mile this year and last year as well, and it was an awesome event last year. Hopefully the weather can stay like this, and it'll be an even better day. I think we actually play on the day this year, so I'll have to call the coach and see if I can head out late afternoon and see what happens. Yeah. But it's a great concept. Fan voted race, the only fan voted race in Australia at the moment. So you can put your vote in, vote for your horse to get in the top 10, and a chance to win $250,000 too. So, plenty of incentives there to get your vote in. And we went out to the stables the other day out at Cranbourne and put our vote behind I'm Thunderstruck. So,
good bang!
Got a bit of a crossover there between the Storm. So, he was a big boy, and he wasn't too happy that they were there, but I think he's hyped up for the race,
There you
and I think all the punters should be keen on him.
He'll come back. He'll get back and come. So 10 horses are voted in.
Yep.
And then there's 5 wild cards, which we like.
allstarmile.com.au to cast your vote.
Well done, Reb. Now, Papenhuyzen, where's that? Where's that come from?
It's of Dutch descent.
Oh,
Yes.
righto.
So a lot of people think German,
Yeah.
but my old man, so he wasn't born out there, but my opa was, and come over here and changed the spelling of the name a little bit. But yeah, we say Papenhuyzen, and that's just how it is now.
It's a good one.
How's it meant to be said?
Yeah.
Papenhuyzen.
Hoyson.
Okay.
So yeah. I
Good
think
one in
that's-
Scrabble.
Yeah.
There's a Y and a
Give you
Z.
few points, isn't it?
H and N. Wow, you can put that down on the scrap. Also, you're still best mates with your friends from school, which I love this, and you still get an annual photo with Santa. You and the mates, do you?
Yeah, we do. So, I think we're up to the 10th year now, which seems crazy. But, every year we get a Christmas photo together and the outfits stay the same, which
Yep.
is the part that we're pretty proud of. But how the outfit started, we had a year 10 after party. It was after a year 10 formal,
Yeah.
and I forgot to pack a shirt. So I had my white button-up shirt with a bow tie, and one of the boys bought his boardies, so I threw them on, and that decided to be the kit for the Christmas photo that year. So,
Oh, yeah, good.
I think 9 or 10 years straight now, and it's good to go back and see them. And yeah, we're all pretty close mates still. So, it's good fun.
No,
Something to
good.
look forward to over Christmas.
A lot of time in rehab. Have you had a chance now to get back swinging, playing golf? You're a keen golfer?
Yeah. It was obviously hard the first period to get back playing, but back now. But yeah, probably can't play as much as I'd like. Need to sort of keep the legs fresh for the next day of training. But the physio staff at the Storm are awesome. They know that's one of my passions is to play golf, and they allow me to do that, which I'm pretty lucky about. There's no hard restrictions on it. It's just as long as I'm reasonable and smart with when I play.
So if I had a big training session, I needed a new sports drink. What should I drink? Ryan Papenhuyzen?
Yeah, there's this new one out called Super Boost
Right,
actually,
oh,
and
Right.
in Coles I know a little bit about.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's one of the drinks that I'm a part owner in, and there's a few athletes on board too. So we've been in Coles and 7-Eleven for a while now, and it's going really well. So it's just a sort of healthy alternative to your Powerades and Gatorades. But boys have put a lot of work into it, and we're really proud of the product that's come out. And I think the way I sort of got into it was pretty special too. They approached me and asked me if I'd liked what the drink was and what it was about. Had a taste of it, and they just said, "Look, if you don't like it, then that's fine. Just give us feedback, and you don't have to be on board." And had the first sip, and I said, "I'm in." So they've been awesome since then. Really good to work with. Their offices out in Richmond there.
Good.
And it's good to be part of. Good to learn the business side of things too, because you don't know how long footy's going to last for. And those guys have been really good at making sure that I can sit in on meetings and just be a part of the whole process.
Making $1 outside is always nice. What about Swish? What do you charge on Swish for a message, a personalised message?
Yeah, so Swish. I'm a bit of a stiff on Swish. I mean, my price is pretty high, but
You're a world-class athlete, so fair enough. What do you charge out at?
yeah, I'm at 300 at the moment.
Jeez.
So
Now, I'd suggest you up that because, Bill, what do you charge out at?
125.
125.
Yeah.
So you've got washed up and current superstar.
That's right.
For a third of the price.
But I do a good minute. He'd do 15 seconds. G'day, Ryan Papenhuyzen here. Good luck, mate. That'd be it. Like, you give him nothing.
spot on, Bill. Spot on.
Give him nothing. So I go for a minute, so
Yeah,
they
okay.
enjoy it. So that's it.
you
So
go.
I might put it up a bit. Swish, eh?
The idea wasn't you to put it up. It was He's underselling himself.
So All Star Mile, you got the sports drink. I love that. So you can either you get pissed and you're hungover, you can have it,
Yeah. pretty
or
much,
you
yeah.
train really hard for the whole day. It's good how you can go any of those.
Your different views of what an electrolyte drink
Yeah,
is
exactly.
as throughout the years. What about your own interest in racehorses? You've got a couple of good ones?
Yeah, good ones is questionable. Probably got one good one and a couple that are coming through the ranks now. But Foxy Cleopatra with the Busselton team out there. So she
Yep.
ran the Oaks last year and didn't do too well, but they found she had a bit of an injury. So there's a couple of excuses there. She should be back for the Queensland Oaks, hopefully. And then, a couple others coming through. Kamau, who's with Mick Price out at Cranbourne there.
Yep.
She's turned out all right. Fingers crossed she goes well. She's had a couple jump outs and Lepidus up in Sydney. So got a couple on the go. training fees get a bit expensive, but yeah, hopefully they pay their way and I can get out to the track and watch them sometime soon.
They still come in every month. They don't miss the invoices for the training fees, do they?
No.
So the Storm will open their season this year. They go to Parramatta now. The Parramatta Eels on March 2. So that'll be a big game. It's going to be a big year. 5th last year for the Stormers, out in the first round, I reckon. Was it finals? Yeah.
Yeah, disappointing end last year. It's we sort of placed a big emphasis on the finals, and yeah, we lost in the first round, and everyone was very disappointed. But I think the good thing about it is Para round 1, they made the grand final last year, so that says enough about them. But yeah, boys are keen. We've got a few injuries, obviously, but we got a pretty good round 1 record.
Bellyache?
Yeah,
how's he going?
He's going all right. He's going all right.
Not too grumpy.
Yeah, he's all right at the moment, I think. He's obviously he's probably a bit nervous about round 1. I know he loves his round 1 games. I think we've got a good streak at the moment.
Huge.
He's been fine. Obviously haven't had too much to do with him in rehab, but yeah, he's starting to sharpen some tools now and get the boys ready for round 1.
No, awesome stuff, mate. Well, we wish you all the best with your recovery. Hopefully you get back out there sooner rather than later. Huge year for the Storm. Good luck with the All-Star Mile too. Hopefully you can get someone along to win $250,000, and thanks for your time.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. Thanks
Ryan Papenhuyzen from the Melbourne Storm. By the way, tickets are on sale for the first 3 games of the NRL season on Ticket Tech. So buy a ticket and get to Amy Park and support the boys.